I like to look at it as the difference between being like, be kind but don't be nice, right? Like,
Yeah.
nice is when you're wanting something from someone else, like you're seeking the validation or whatever it is, like you're doing something in order to get something, even if it's just approval. It might not be sex,
Yeah.
it might just be approval. But being a kind person is like, hey, I just do this, I just treat people well, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you don't treat me well, then I'm not gonna deal with it. And I like that. I mean, what that story you just talked about is perfect frame control, right? It's like, all right,
Yeah.
my frame is like, hey, I don't accept this kind of behavior, and you can leave. As opposed to getting into, so many guys get into arguments. They get into arguments with girls. They're like trying to convince them, and it's like, nah, I say my piece, and then if you have a problem with that, I don't care. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I got other shit I
Yeah.
need to do. I'm not gonna
But
engage you.
there's a clear difference between like what we're talking about here and then what a lot of the red pill guys perverted into, where
Right.
they go the other extreme. I was just talking to a prospective client this morning, and he said he went way down the red pill rabbit hole, and he said at first it was kind of helpful to get some of the mindsets right, but then he started resenting women, and like everything is all about like, don't let them get validation, don't let them don't let them punk you, and it just becomes like the same problem that you had originally, but now you're on the other extreme.
100%.
And he said like none of these coaches are giving strategies how to get the girls. It's just all like mindset about like how to be the most alpha. And at the end of the day, like most of those guys aren't getting laid. So
yeah,
that's a big problem.
Well, and I think the biggest thing, again, like I said, I've got a lot of friends in the red pill community. So, but I talk about ideas, and I think a lot of the ideas that are wrong there is, and I've pointed this out multiple times, is that what happened to the seducers, right? Like guys who are truly, I don't even really like the term alpha male, but they should be seducers. Where's the Don Juans and the Lord Byron, the type of guys that are actually real womanizers, not hate. Like, it's so hard, I think, for a guy to be good at picking up girls when he hates them. It's like what you feel inside is going to be perceived by other people.
There's no reason to do any of that.
Right.
And a lot of it is just like coping and dealing with cognitive dissonance, where I've seen a lot of these guys that can't get hot girls just lump them onto a category of like all being bitches or all being too high maintenance. And that was like the common defense when I put out all those dating coaches, girlfriends, and wives. Everyone said, well, no one actually wants to settle down with a hot girl because hot girls aren't worth the time. You can't build anything with a hot girl. They're too busy maintaining their appearance, which is just all BS. Once you've dated a bunch of hot girls, they're just like every other girl, except, that most people don't have access to them because they're not, they don't have the right amount of value and shit they can bring to the table, and, et cetera, et cetera. But, there's no need to say, to be like resentful against hot girls and like try to like even the score and all this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just the wrong way to live. And it's still, to a large degree, seeking that external validation.